Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. It's a pleasure to have everyone here. And today we do have a special guest, Rodrigo Ortega from Spain. And he will join us and help us to talk more about spiritualism and materialism. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you, my friends.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for the invitation.
Nadja? No, Charles today.
Yeah.
Oui, bonjour à tous, bonsoir, heureux d'être parmi vous de nouveau ce soir. Alors ce soir, je ne vais pas pouvoir rester jusqu'au bout parce que j'ai malheureusement un autre événement avec le changement de jour qu'on a décidé récemment. Ben voilà, aujourd'hui, je ne pourrai pas rester jusqu'à la fin, mais je suis quand même là pour vous dire bonjour et puis pour vous appuyer dans ce travail. Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Happy to be here again with you today. Unfortunately, today I have another event which is clashing, so since we decided recently to move the dates. But it's the only time. Next week I will be here again. But today, unfortunately, I will have to leave a little bit earlier. But all my friends, my fellows are here, and in particular Rodrigo, which is very welcome. Will then replace me in order to talk to you about this theme, spiritualism and materialism.
Labas vakaras, laba diena, labas rytas. Šiandien mūsų pokalbis bus apie dvasingumą ir materializmą. Tai tikiuosi, kad jums bus naudinga, bus įdomu. Hello, everybody. How are you? Today, as Charles said, our topic is materialism and spiritualism. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Boa noite, boa tarde, bom dia, queridos amigos internautas do mundo todo, que porventura estejam conosco agora ou amanhã ou outro momento, nesta live muito especial, Materialismo e Espiritismo, com o nosso convidado Rodrigo, e aqui novamente desejando a todos momentos muito agradáveis de reflexão. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. It's really a great pleasure to be here once again, studying together this preparation for this theme that is so important to know how things are going on materialism and spirituality. That is very important, is knowledge what we are, what we come from, what we are going. And this is, at this moment, is really a great one to share with you all. Thank you so much.
Hola a todos, bienvenidos. Es un placer estar con vosotros en esta live. Gracias por la invitación y espero que todos disfruten de este momento de reflexión, que vamos a hablar de materialismo, de espiritismo, y en una charla bastante interesante. Hello everyone, so thank you for your audience and thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here with our friends and to participate in this live. And God bless us for us to have here a good discussion, a good reflection, so that we can reflect a little bit about our spiritism and this beautiful doctrine.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very good. Thank you very much. So, as usual, we do have a video from our friends from Spiritism Academy. Let me show the video from you guys here, because today the topic is very, very broad, and we just pick a part of it.
How may we define matter? Matter is the tie that enchains spirit. It is the instrument that spirit uses and upon which it simultaneously exerts its action. What is spirit? The intelligent principle of the universe. So, are there two general elements in the universe, matter and spirit? Yes and over everything is God, the creator and author of all. These three elements comprise the principle of all that exists. They are the universal Trinity. What is spirit's innermost nature? It is not easy to explain spirit in your language. For you, it is nothing because it is not something palpable. Nevertheless, for us, it is something. You must realize that nothing means nothing and nothing does not exist. However, to the element of matter must be added the universal fluid, which plays an intermediary role between spirit and matter per se, since matter is too dense for spirit to act upon it directly. Above spirit and matter, we see an intelligence dominating and governing all others, and it differs from them due to its essential attributes. It is this supreme intelligence that we call God.
Okay, okie dokie. So, excellent video from our friends from Spiritist Academy. And before I open the discussion here, I'd like to go through some conceptions. And we need to understand there are three different words and states we need to emphasize here, and one is materialism. Materialism is linked to a German philosopher, Karl Marx, okay? And it's a movement generated, especially here in Europe, once we have a great imposition from the church, and then we born this movement in saying that the only things we can believe, all the factors that are mine, is we need to see it, otherwise this does not exist. Almost at the same time, we have the born of the Spiritism by the codifier Allan Kardec, and Kardec gave the word, he gave this word Spiritism. So, and Spiritism is at the same time science of observation and a philosophical doctrine. Okay, so Spiritism is in the middle of these two epochs here. And by the way, it was excellent time, because we were preparing the basement for all scholars. And then we have spiritualism. What it is spiritualism? Most of people make a mistake saying spiritism, it is spiritualism. In spiritualism, it is spiritism. We can say is we have, there is a difference between both. Spiritualism is a doctrine or a system that admits the presence of a spiritual element. Okay, this spiritual element can be in a man, could be in a word in general. Okay, so most religions and spiritualists believe in the existence of body and soul. So it's called the duality. Okay, we have the body and we have the soul. And spiritism is an opposite to materialism. I think it's kind of clear. It's a brief, very brief discussion here. Not discussion, just to make this clear for everybody. But I like to tell you a story, and this story we can find on the book Estante da Vida. We can translate like life shelf, and is psychographed by our dear friend Chico Xavier, and was dictated by Brother X. And Brother X was saying that one day, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes, a spiritual mentor, was conducting a meeting while he was incarnated on Earth, on Earth, and he was conducting a study, and he had a friend, and this friend was atheist. He didn't believe in anything. And then this friend said to Dr. Bezerra de Menezes, Bezerra, I remain an atheist, and not only for my colleagues, but also for me. I come to invite you to a public debate to prove the impregnability of materialism against the pretensions of spiritism. This was quite a hard question, hard moment for Dr. Bezerra. And he remained in prayer, and after a while, he said, we accept the challenge, but also bring to the debate those who materialism has arisen morally in the world. The evildoers he has regenerated to human dignity, the unfortunate ones to whom there are the spirit of living return, the sick of the soul who has snatched away borders of madness, the victims of sketching temptations that has restored to peace of heart, the unfortunate woman who will have pulled out of the imbalance, the unfortunate brothers from whom that stole the dearest ones, and so on. So he kept going. I will not read the entire story. But at the end, this atheist friend said to Dr. Bezerra, oh, my friend, if you can bring just one unfortunate in the world to whom materialism will have given moral help to be freed from the strain of suffering, we spiritists will accept the challenge. So, the long short story here is materialism is something we can see with our eyes, we can touch, we can say this. But at the end, Spiritism is the one who gives the consolation, who gives the shelter, the help to everyone who are in need, to everyone who need a consolation, a word of consolation, anyone who lost your loved ones, anyone who are desperate, don't see any way out, and they are seeking some consolation. Based on that, my friends, we will start our discussion today, and I'd like to invite, if Rodrigo, do you have any comments about what we discussed right now?
Yes, I think very intelligently Bezerra responded to the question, because he prevented from having a debate, which maybe and very often we have this kind of debates in our lives as spiritists, so that it's very confrontative and not taken to us to anywhere, because as you said very properly, the essence of spiritism is not to explain the science, but explain the essence of human beings, and explaining our, how can I say, why we are here, the philosophical aspect of that, and how this can bring consolation and comfort to people. And I think very brilliantly, Bezerra didn't confront, but just made this atheist think about the essence of what he was saying, because discussing about materialism is something which is it is taking this discussion to nowhere, as it lacks essence. So materialism just is trying to explain things by the effect, and Spiritism is trying to explain things by the source, by the cause, and that's something that with the time it will prove it's how can I say it's true, and it will prevails through the matter.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And just following here, down through the fires here. Not put on fire here, my dear friend. Let's go to UK right now. Dear Elsa, based on what I said, Dr. Bezerra said here, I said nothing. It was Dr. Bezerra saying, just read it. But based on the discussion, the arguments given by Rodrigo, what is the strongest obstacle to our moral and spiritual evolution?
We think about almost every day, since we are spiritists, and we work in the field of spirituality, consciousness, self-love, self-knowledge, that we are spirit. We are, for a short while, in a physical body, and we will have many existences to evolve as much as we need. And everyone were created to be free one day, to be happy one day, but for now, we are dealing in this field of materialism. So the most strongest things is that for our moral evolution is our attachment to materialism in the way of selfishness, pride. This attachment takes us with nowhere. Only, inverted commas, virtual happiness that is not something that really is inside us. You can buy the best car, the most expensive house, palace, etc. But inside you, it's not outside that you feel happiness. It's inside your inner you that you have this fire of spirit that shows in our video, starting our video. So we are fighting most every day in order to be a better person, in order to overcome our difficulties, strong difficulties sometimes with life, and no acceptance that we are spirit, immortal beings. So love is our key, but people that are too much attached to materialism and combat spirituality, they are more or less keen to do abortion, euthanasia, that is totally against what we preach in we study in our daily lives. No? So materialism was at the same time that you said in the beginning, when Spiritism came to life, the benefactors, the spirits brought these teachings in order to humanity combat materialism. Otherwise, everyone, we are in the same boat, same big ship, going to nowhere if you don't really think about this equilibrium about our life. We should use materialistic things, material things that we need. We are a human being, we are a physical body, but not too much attached to materialist things. Instead, seeing outsiders, see people around us in needs that we could help other people with billions and billions in our fortunes that we have, perhaps, and not using them in a better way to have humanity. So the most important thing that I have here is love of earthly goods is one of the strongest obstacles to our moral and spiritual advancement. By attaching ourselves to the possession of such goods, we destroy our faculties of loving by applying them all to the material things. Some people love more their car than the young child that drops some chocolate inside the car. Oh my God, the world comes upside down with these small things that you could say, no, my little one, no problem. The dad can clean and you're okay, instead to put something in the minds of the little child. So we have to understand the satisfaction entirely fair that the man who through honest and diligent work has earned a fortune experiences. But from that satisfaction, very natural and approved by God, to an attachment that absorbs all other feelings and paralyzes the impulses of the heart, goes a long way, as great as that which separates the scorched avarice from excessive prodigality. Two vices among which he placed God, the charity, whole and healthy virtue. So it's nice to have balanced things, equilibrium between matter and our life, love, care, charity, things that really brings to us the best fortune, that is love inside us. We can distribute love and live an honest life, loving each other. That's the most important thing that we have to put in our mind. It's not easy, but it's there, and we can get there. Thank you, Stevan.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you very much. Also, I want to say we have loads of friends here. We have friends from UK, Argelia, from Brazil, from Spain. My Rodrigo, you brought a lot of friends here.
Irene, our friend.
Yeah, so a lot of friends here. So thank you very much for your presence. And Rodrigo, do you think materialism is one of the barriers for our evolution?
It is, indeed it is. When we talk about materialism, we need to see two aspects of that. One is the philosophical aspects of life, and starts and ends in matter. And then the other aspect is how the importance we give to matter, and how we dedicate ourselves to that. So as Elsa was saying, the main barrier for our happiness today, and we see that because especially nowadays with COVID, where people are going deeper in their relationships and not in matter. So it's more evident that we need something more than just the matter. And of course, when we see the cases of suicides and the case of depression increasing so much for people who don't see the purpose in life, when they don't get anything materially speaking, so they attach their happiness to the matter, and this is effectively not bringing happiness to anyone. So that's when I think everyone is taking into account or realizing that there must be something else to bring happiness, because if you lack material, so you are not happy. So this is not something sustainable. In the philosophical aspect of that is failing by itself, because science is more and more putting in evidence or studying other aspects of the let's say the supernatural, which is not supernatural. So when we talk about spirits, when we talk about fluids, when we talk about the universal fluid that we know in Spiritism, they call black matter, if I'm not mistaken. So I think one thing that it's slowly, as we are in this transition period, maybe it's progressing quicker now. So people will start realizing that there must be something else other than matter. And that's when Spiritism will play a role here to explain things that no other religion and no other philosophy can explain, only Spiritism.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. And before we go to Lithuania, we want to show another video, and meanwhile, Nadja will prepare herself because she has a challenge today. No, we put her on a fire here. Okay? But we love you, Nadja. Don't worry, okay? Let me put it here.
In a more broader historical sense, spirituality has been moved out of the remit of science proper because its affiliation with religious background and thought. And so that part of the relationship is rather difficult, I would say, because science proper, natural science, has no way of tackling these issues. And so it's only in the more softer or pragmatic or applied fields of science where it's about people caring for people that spirituality really plays a role, I would say. On the one hand, many people are spiritual without some of them knowing even, and some of them deliberately. And it seems that spirituality is a resource for people, a resource that helps them get better when they are sick, for instance, or ill, or help them find purpose and meaning in whatever they do. And so from a very practical point of view, it's a resource where doctors, therapists, health professionals can tap into to help people access these strengths they have, and sometimes they even don't know that they have these strengths. So this is a very practical side. It's very important to understand how spiritual experiences, that means inner experiences people have about themselves and about the world and the relationship to the world, can actually contribute to our understanding of the world. So this would be more an epistemological, a knowledge-based approach. And that is very new to science because science has traditionally progressed only by looking at the material side of the world. And so I think there is a complementary approach to that, meaning understanding how our consciousness, our inner world, relates to that reality around us.
Stevan, can I add something quickly?
Of course.
Because Doctor, we have a very nice scientists, doctors, physicians in Brazil that they are spiritists. Some of them are mediums, and they are scientists. Of course, they are preaching and researching spirit and illness. Everything is related. It's not they don't treat only the body. They treat beyond the body. They treat the spirit as well, because everything illnesses problems comes first in our perispirit, that according our life can come to the light or not, can progress the illness in our body. So Dr. Luchetti, Dr. Alexander Moreira Almeida, Júlio Pérez, Mário Pérez, Marcelo Saad, so a lot of them, they are working to this openscience.org as well, with Dr. Beauregard, proving against materialism in order to help humanity evolve. Not more than that. We must need, is without religion, we should think that we are spirits. And spirit didn't bring a religion. Religion that is mixing things, in my point of view. So we have to think that we are first spirit, evolving in a matter, and according our action and reaction, we are moving ourselves towards goodness or towards other problems, that we should think a little bit more about the divinity or the Almighty or the Creator or something that is not finished when we die. So
Thank you, my dear. Based on that, my dear friend Nadja, we saw that at the beginning, spirituality was taken away from materialism, science. Let's say science, okay? But this was like I don't know, 19th century or something like this. Now we are in 2021. A lot of things happened since then. Have you seen any study that proves spirituality is helping the science nowadays? And how do you see this relationship, science and spirituality, in, I don't know, let's say 5 years, 10 years, something like this?
Yeah, going back to history, science had to break from religion so it could progress. But then the scientists became very focused and probably more materialistic. And this also with all the background, the religious and background, they had to break this this pattern or these rules. So they separated a lot from religion. But now we see that there are many studies complementing science and spirituality, not religion per se, but spirituality, and how spirituality can have an impact in the quality of health. How can we live longer and have happier and healthier when we have spirituality in our everyday life? And they complement because also, for example, now, not now, but like in recent centuries, we have the quantum physics showing that it's all energy. So we are condensed energy. All our cells have pluses and minuses, so protons, electrons, and we are vibrating and we are creating this energy inside us, and we are creating a magnetic field. In another video, we showed, we talked about the heartmath.org. It's an institute where they analyze the heart field, the electromagnetic field of the heart that could affect a person in up to 1.5 meters, 6 feet distance. So there's something more than matter, and science is proving it. Even when they say that there isn't, they are trying to prove it that there isn't, but then they find out that there is. So it's an advance. We are progressing in this matter. We are having all this technology to help in our progress, because we have to progress in all fields, not only spiritual, moral, but also the material side of our planet, of our lives. We have to progress, and the progress can help us. We see with the pandemic that we are now connected. Someone in Spain, I'm in Lithuania, in Ireland, and the UK, and we are talking about spirituality. So the scientists are responsible for improving the quality of life. Can be the seat, the chair that we are sitting now, can be the computer, can be the headphones that are not, the lights that are not being prejudicial to our health. They are responsible also for the quality of food that we eat, how we can become more environmentally friendly. I was reading today that the new iPhone, not making any advertisement, but just this new iPhone, they don't have headphones or a charger because it's more environmentally friendly. And if you think like, yes, because we all have chargers and headphones, so why do we need an extra one? So it's more waste for the nature. So we are going there, we are progressing in the more spiritual side, because when we are more spiritual, we are looking after ourselves, we are looking after nature, we are looking after the other, and talking about the pandemic again, when the first wave came and we all had to be closed inside, we saw nature being recovering from our waste. So the rivers were getting cleaner, so we could see dolphins in Venice, so in the Venice channel. So this was a very impressive change that nature was, God was showing us that we can look after our nature and ourselves. So then many people start looking after themselves and using, for example, the more bio products instead of plastics. Or with the drones, then, or with electric cars. So we are thinking that we are going more to this path that we are more spiritual in a way of looking after ourselves, looking after others, and looking after our planet, but also using the science, the technology. So I think when we talk about the future, we can we have the artificial intelligence, we have those goggles. What's the name of it? I'm sorry, I forgot. Augmented reality, where you can go on a city tour without the city guide, because then you can see the whole city. So, or you can plan your kitchen and you see it all there without having to go with your car to a shop and then to another shop. Then there's more fuel, more pollution. I think we are tending to this minimalistic way of life. We are seeing that we need people, we need a hug, we need better relationships. As Elsa said, with love, we can progress even more morally, because we can then respect the other. We are in our family, we are all together now, and people are working from home and they have the children, so because their love for their children, they can respect their space and they understand them better. When we talk about science being less materialistic, it's also a reality, because we have many studies about the quality of life that when we pray more or when we do meditation, we see studies in Reiki, the energy healing, or the passes that we talk, then the Brazilians, then we Spiritists, we do the transfusion of energy from the spiritual plane, the spiritual guides, through us to the person. And we have studies in near-death experience proving that there is life beyond this one. When the body dies, and then it is just an envelope, that's just matter. So we have something else, then we can be comforted knowing that. We have the reincarnation documented case by Dr. Ian Stevenson and Dr. Jim Tucker, now from the Virginia University. Past life therapies that are done by good therapists that can help in many mental diseases. So we see this movement going towards the more natural spiritual way. And as I said, less materialistic, more like minimalistic, and knowing that our happiness is not from material things. We are seeing that happiness can be just giving a hug or volunteering and seeing someone happy, and then you are happy as well. So this exchange that we are seeing nowadays more often, and I think that will help the vibration of the planet, the energy between each other, between people. It will change with time, and there is a lot of suffering, and as we're talking now, and Buddha already said that the root of our sufferings is attachment. So we are very too much attached to people, to things, and when we learn detachment, and then we start progressing morally and spiritually. That's what I have to say.
I think you said something very important, Nadja. You say people can be a rich people and spiritual as well. A poor people can be a poor person and so attached to matter. So it's not the power of matter per se that you have in your hands that make you yourself atheist or different, because you can have a lot of money and be spiritual and knowing about spirituality and help other people that are investing now in vaccine or put their money to help humanity. They have a lot of money. That is great. So, but sometimes we come in a different bodies, in different incarnations, in order to face poverty or face richness as trials for our life, in order to really look and see that we are spirits inside our conscience. We know that. This is importance. And important as well to take care of the family, to see our family as the ones that will help us to evolve each other with love and care. This silence sometimes is the best thing to do. Instead, starting a discussion. I am spiritual, you are a materialist, and blah, 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 as in the beginning, Rodrigo pointed, and Charles as well. So this is the most important, to live your life in a better way, sometimes with humbleness in our hearts, and helping each other, think about the others. We are never alone. We are gathering people.
Yeah, the most difficult trial is to have a lot of money and a lot of power. So when we incarnate with a lot of power and a lot of money, we have to know how to use them in the benefits of others. So not just for us. We see, I'm not saying about donating money, but using the money and the power for the progression of the whole humanity. We see Elon Musk so projecting rockets to Mars, and he's also responsible for many other, his company, responsible for many technological advance that we see nowadays. So even I was seeing not from him, but I saw that I think in Dubai is in 2023 they are planning to have drone taxi. So so when you invest your money in this technology, so we are polluting less, so we are helping the planet, so less traffic, and so this is also progress, and that's very difficult to have money and know how to use it.
Yeah. My dear friend Rodrigo, do you have anything to add, complement?
Oh, difficult to add something because Nadja said everything. So, but I think you asked me in the beginning, so if we can be happy with being materialist. I think I have a reflection always when I think about that. So if you are in a hospital and you focus when you are in the hospital, not in being healed, but to have the best hospital, the best food in the hospital, the best room. So after some time, your disease will remain, and then happiness will not be there because you are not tackling what's needed. So that's what Spiritism explains. So getting a good hospital or a good resource, materially speaking, is not a problem. The problem is when you put your efforts all to having only the material aspects and bringing your material comfort to your life. Because when you do that, you forget the essence of our, how can I say, purpose here, which is curing ourselves or learning. So it can be a school, it can be a hospital. So that's the point. So materialism itself is not bringing happiness because it doesn't cure or it doesn't teach. So when you are in the hospital, your focus should be to get healed. So when you do that, it's not a problem that you have a good hospital or you get the good, let's say, structure to get healed. But you need to focus on getting healed. If you lose that focus and you put your attention on the material aspects of your, how can we say, staying in the hospital, you will leave the hospital not cured, and that will not bring happiness to you. So that's the point that Spiritism brings to us. So that needs of balance, as Elsa said. So we need to be balanced. We need to have the material side but not as the purpose. It should be the way, and the way in its proper measure, so that we don't lose our focus on the essence of our existence here on earth, which is like building good relationships, learning, evolve ourselves as human beings, and to think about something else that's more than just what we have here in this life, in the matter. And eventually, everyone will discover that after a point in time in our life, because in a point in time we will pass away and we'll be going to the other side, and then we will wake up and see that yes, there is something else. But it's good that if people can understand this now and start thinking about that and being prepared. We did that, maybe I say we, because as spiritualistic, as religious people, as believers, because we were unable to explain certain things in the past. We used to preach that faith is blind, and it's not blind, and that those people who are not accepting this blindness of faith, they became materialists, or they became scientists without any face. But even the scientists, which were without any face, in a certain point of time, they realized that there must be something else than just the matter, or than just what is touchable, because it's so pretty, it's so perfect, it's so intelligent that it's impossible that just the casuality could bring all of these together. So we have this, I don't remember the name of the scientist who discovered the genome, who stated that after discovering that, he understood that yes, there might be God, otherwise nothing could be explained. So this is the point that Spiritism is now here to explain and to put closely science and spiritualism, because science by itself will get in a certain point that you will not reach the philosophical aspects of life, and that's when Spiritism will bring these philosophical aspects, planning much more than just the material side of everything.
Thank you very much. And with that, I think Guilherme, Rodrigo, without knowing, he answered your question, which was, will the scientific part of Spiritism help reduce materialism? So clearly we can say yes, and Rodrigo brilliantly walked through that. But also we do have another question here. Matter is in its origin an energy. Are spirits also energy? And when the Earth advances, will it become a spiritual planet, not a physical planet? Who wants to contribute?
I can say quickly something here, that everything in the universe is energy and is matter in different levels, quintessential matter. The vibration of the matter that differs from matter on Earth, matter on Jupiter, matter in other places, the vibrations of the matter. Energy is matter. You can see energy. You see the results of the energy. That is light, that is the power, etc. But it's still there. You can see, but it's still there. Spirit, you can see, but it's still there. So everything's evolving. Our planet, one day, perhaps will be as the same with a different envelope. Not so grotesque as we have here. So hard matter. will be a soft matter, a different matter. And our thoughts as well are matter. So everything in the universe have these two, the three, the spirit, matter, and the fluids. No other thing is the name, I forgot. But everything is a combination. The Creator created these three things, and everything that we have is the result of these three combinations. So one day, my dear friend, as you said here, one day our planet will become more spiritualized and less, physically speaking, grotesque. Is that the name in English? I forget. Grotesco, hard.
More attached to material things.
Can I add something also to your answer?
Sure.
Is through the Spiritist book, and as the video said in the first video we saw, so as you said, Elsa, there are three things that the spirits, our benefactors, teach us. So everything which exists can be summarized in three things: God, who is the creator, matter, and spirit. Spirit and matter are two different things. Spirit needs the matter to have the sensations, to act upon matter, because spirit itself is not considered a matter. So, and when to the material side, so which is material can be fluid and energy. Energy is a variation of, as Elsa said, of matter. So we need to add the universal fluid, which is a kind of a matter, but a more like the source of all matter, which according to the condensation, according to the, how can I say, all the aspects we have in life, condensed or not condensed, it can create the matter we know. So,
matter.
Yeah, so what happens is that as long as the planets, they evolve, they get less materialized, let's say, in a gross way or hard material. So they start being more losing that material side and also the need of this material side, because this is part of the evolution. So the Earth will be passing through the regeneration side now, the regeneration stage now, that maybe in this stage we start also losing a little bit of its material effect, but we are far from being as compared to other worlds which are in higher, how can I say, evolution in this sense.
And also I will add a little bit. We here on Earth, we are a certain type or level of spirit, and we have different vibration levels. So we have low vibration spirits and we have high vibration spirits. So we are still incarnating, so in the matter, which is our body, to evolve. So the low-level spirits will incarnate and then will evolve and become high-level or high vibration spirit. So there is also a difference in the vibration that distinguish us as a spirit, and that's what we connect to other spirits. So when we have low vibration, we have negative thoughts, negative feelings. When we are angry or being very negative person, we are attracting what is similar to us, so the low vibration spirits. And when we are praying or feeling love or caring for others, we are in this high vibration level. So we are attracting the good spirits, the high level spirits, our spiritual mentors or our guardian angels who are always there for us. And so this is also important to say that we have, it's all vibration, it's all energy, but there are also different levels of vibration, and similar attract similar. So it's very important, our thoughts and how we think and what we think, then we will attract good things. So love is the key word for everything.
Thank you, dear, my dear. So also I want to put it here. This is a contribution from our French friend Charles. and if he was here in this discussion with us, I'm pretty sure he will talking about the manifesto for a post-materialist science. And I leave here in the comment box the link for this manifesto, and it's a wonderful piece of work. So I invite everyone to go to this link and see it. And a proof that science and spiritualism, they are walking hand to hand. They are helping each other. It's the spiritual medical association we have in many countries, like Brazil, like United States, here in France, in I think in Germany, So these are in Britain in the UK, which, by the way, I strongly invite you to attend the 8th British Spiritual Medical Association Congress. Here I will show a little bit more. So it's doctors, scientists talking about spiritualism, talking about spirituality, how they connect to each other, how they exchange not just information, but how can help each other. Because as Elsa said at the beginning of our talk today, the future of medicine is treat not just the body, but treat the spirit as well. So when we treat both, we are more, we are covering us in all the ways. And as promised, here is a little bit of the British Congress we will have this weekend. Let me see here. Okay, where's the play?
If you can display as well, if you can display as well the link, please.
And for you, my friends, I have here the link when you have all the details. How can you enroll yourself? www.medspiritistcongress.org www.medspiritistcongress.org. You can enroll. You can have more information about the speakers. We will have Dr. Peter Fenwick, Natalie Tolbert, Tani Stevanin, Dr. Vanessa Celoni, Dr. Alessandro Moreira, and Dr. Sonia Doi. It's a all-day event full of details, full of answers, perhaps, for your questions. And
also, Stevan, we will have musicians, soloists, baritone from Germany, Canada, and Anastasia McKenna from Brazil. And a surprise will be as well there. And the lunchtime.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much, my dear friends. Thank you, Elsa. And let me see what we have more here. Yeah, yesterday we had a video from Divaldo. He did a speech he did on last Saturday. It was translated into English, so it's on YouTube, so you can watch it and be prepared, because on the 2nd of June we will have the last video, and I will invite everyone to be there. What more here? Okay, next week's topic, we will talking about our spirituality and science running together. So we keep going on this topic here because it's so vast, so many things to talk. It was even difficult for this week to decide what we're gonna talk about. But anyway, it's our topic from for next week. And again, here is the flyer for the 8th British Congress on Medicine and Spirituality. Okay, so the banner for enrollment is keeping running down, and I want to say thank you for my dear friends from UK, from Lithuania, from France, and especially for you, Rodrigo, for being on fire here with us. And you had an excellent and amazing participation. Thank you very much. I wish you best luck in your endeavors in Spain. And my friend, if you want to say something, please speak up.
I would like to thank you for the opportunity, because it's always, when we talk, sometimes we are the first to hear what we say. So that's something that I hear. So, and also with you all today, I learned a lot. It's been a pleasure. And yes, very glad to be here. And thank you all for watching as well this live. I hope we could, and I hope I could as well, contribute to some knowledge and to some comfort as well for people who are looking more answers through Spiritism. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Elsa, Nadja, do you want to say something?
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching and be with us here, supporting us with your questions, your presence. That is very appreciated. Thank you all. See you next week, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rodrigo, and thank you for your participation, who is watching today with us, and for those who are watching in the future, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you. And also, I had here, we had a comment. Someone is looking for contacts from the Spirit Center outside of Brazil. I put the Irish Spiritist Federation website, BUZZ website. Nadja, do you want to leave a contact for anyone who wants to engage with you in Lithuania? And Rodrigo as well in Spain.
You can go to the website, to the Lithuanian.
Right, please, because this Lithuania is not my...
stevanbaz.org.uk.
Okay.
Our federation is www.buss.org.uk.
Okay, it's done.
Thank you.
And the Lithuanian I put there on the private chat, so you can copy and paste.
And Rodrigo, if you want to say about the Spiritist movement a little bit, what you know about the Spiritist movement in Spain, please.
Yeah, it's huge. So we have SEDE, SEDE, so which spread out the Spiritism knowledge. We have also the Spiritism Federation of Spain, so it's FEE, F-E-E. So you can also see there where in the web page in the internet, so where you can see all the Spiritist centers. And yes, Spain is with waiting for everyone who wants to join and to want to participate and to attend to the Spiritist centers. And we need to increase the movement, Spiritist movement in Spain, to bring more comfort to everyone.
Okay, thank you very much once again. I wish you all have an excellent week. My dear Elsa, excellent event for you on Saturday, Break the Leg. And
We'll be there.
Rodrigo, we will see you soon. Thank you, my friend, for your participation. And I'll see you all next Wednesday. Thank you. Have a good night. So be it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God bless you.
I hope everyone can participate in our 8th British Spiritist Medical Congress Saturday. See you there.